So we have started the second half of the candidate tournament, and now players will play with the other colors here. So we will see Magnus' next game against Boris Gelfand in round 10 of the World Championship candidates in London. Let's also activate the computer. So Gelfand always plays the Sicilian, and because Gelfand is one of the main theoreticians of his generation, Magnus doesn't want to enter some kind of Sveshnikov or whatever Gelfand has prepared, so he's doing bishop b5. I think in the World Championship match Anand never played mainline either against Gelfand. It's just not such a good idea. Gelfand does e6. We will see this opening a lot when Fabiano tries to avoid the Sveshnikov against Carlsen in their matches, and then Carlsen will always play g6 here. But Gelfand does this one, which is a fine move. And I think I've seen this line before. So interesting, knight f6 here. I didn't see that move before, but it looks kind of reasonable. It's smart that Magnus does c4 here. Sometimes I see players don't play c4, but you have to think about the long run here, and the way white can win this position is by creating a passed pawn on the queen side. So he has to advance this pawn and create a passed pawn. If he's not doing that, like this position is so open, so he can never get anything on like a kingside attack or anything silly like that. So his strategic advantage is that he has one more pawn here, so every move should be to try to do that, and he has no problem trading queens, but because that would also help the to win an eventual endgame here. This is the typical tabia, a typical position for many openings, French, Sicilian, and a lot of openings. So it's a fairly even game here. We can see that Magnus is inviting this, but the knight will just move, and it will win a piece here. I think you can see it, but I can just show it for you anyway, because like this pawn is pinned. So now it actually works. I was a little bit fast here. Let's do it a little bit slower then. Okay, yeah, of course you take here, and when he takes back you take the queen. So that's what happens. So of course it's a poisoned pawn on b2, so you can't take it. And wait a little bit. Why is this not good? Okay, you can take here or here now. I see. So this is apparently good for black, yeah. But now you can't take with the rook because of the fork. So you just have to take with the queen. Okay, and this queen b6 is a mistake, because yeah, okay, apparently this was the correct way to play, keeping it safe. Everything, the most important is that white doesn't get his pawns rolling here, and I can see by looking a little bit here at the notation that white will be able to do advancement of the queen side after this move here. Magnus forcefully plays this one. Only move is here and then here. And this queen is a little bit in a problem, so he has to go to c2. Now white got the chance to advance here, and this is something that black wanted to avoid. You can see already the computer likes white's position very, very much, and as you can probably see, you can't take here because of that pawn is still being pinned. So maybe, yeah, black should have put his queen on f8, because then white couldn't have done b4 and get that strategic advantage. So only move that doesn't lose at once for black here is to try to create counterplay with knight h5 apparently, and then here, 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 and black managed to get some trades in. But here there is a nice move for white. It's going here with the rook. It can't be taken because black forget to get luft for his king, so he's getting checkmated here. It's, what's that? He's getting checkmate on the back rank. I forgot the word, English word for that now. So he has to move the rook here. And now white has got exactly what he wants. He wants to escort his passed pawn down here, and it's correct. It's the perfect light pieces that are here, because this bishop is excellent in defending the king, and this is not very useful in defending the queen. So actually after b5 is played, b7 will be threatened. So the situation is dire for black. So let's see what he tries. He tries that, and Magnus goes back. Even better would apparently have been to trade the rook also. Then luft, and here, and here, and here, and apparently this is also good for white. Next move is just getting the queen in the pawn, but this should also be good for for white. Okay, but queen f6. The computer does not like queen e6. Queen f6. Okay, so there are still some problems here. Okay, so this is not winning. I thought this was something like this was what you wanted, but apparently this is not winning, so white has to be a bit more careful. So let's see what happens. So white has won a pawn, but e5 was not the most important pawn. The important is still what happens here on the queen side with a passed pawn. But of course it's always good to have b1 pawn up, because some endgames might be won off for white. And here black makes the decisive blunder. Only move to keep fighting is the strange rook a7 to cover here. It looks wrong to play like that, but this endgame is just completely lost here apparently. Of course you can't take because here, but you can do see this, and now you can take. And so apparently this yeah, the pawn is queening now. But I see here that it was a lot of red here, like Christmas here on the moves. Red means a blunder. So let's see what happened. So here the way for white to win was to pin this bishop, apparently, because bishop c4 is obviously a big threat here. So he should pin, and then then he's saving a tempo here. He's saving a tempo. So now you can do that, and then apparently the pawn is queening. One of the pawns are queening here. So when he did that, it allowed black's counterplay here because he's winning the bishop, even if white has two strong passes. So let's see what happens. So here another losing move for black. He took with the queen. For some reason it was very important to take like this. I can take here. Okay, so this is the only winning move now. White had to be quite precise here. And now this is the only winning move, yeah. And now this. Like white had to find a lot of only winning moves here. Yeah, it would have been hard for Magnus to find all these winning moves. So I guess black is losing like a tempo here or something. Yeah, and the b pawn is queening. Yeah, nice game against Magnus, and with these 4 wins here, he has a commanding lead of the tournament. So let's see what happens next game.